Cool.
So we are here with Dr. Rehanni, who is a holistic vet. So I'm super excited actually to meet you because I've done a lot of research about holistic nutrition and just homeopathic medicine for pets, and I feel like not a lot of people know of it. Yeah. So I wanted to come and ask you a couple of questions, but I just wanted to say what your areas of interest, which I thought were really interesting. So we have herbal medicine. I have my notes here. So you not specialize. I can't say specialize, which is so hard. But your areas of interest are herbal medicine.
Yes.
So titer.
Yeah, blood titers. Yeah.
Blood titers. So that exactly. So that is testing to make sure the vaccination is still working.
Effective, yeah.
Effective.
Yeah.
So to prevent over-vaccination.
Yeah. So what's nice now is we can do a titer, which is a little bit of blood, and it will check to see if there's antibodies for those vaccinations. And if there is, then we know the animal's protected scientifically, and we don't need to give them something that their body doesn't need.
Which I think is great, because right now there's so much talk about over-vaccination.
Right. For sure.
So cold laser therapy.
It's a technology that basically helps reduce inflammation and increases blood flow to the area to help with healing. I use it for a lot of things, but it's fantastic for arthritis in animals. Works really well to give them immediate pain relief, increased mobility. Great for nerve damage, bone issues, that kind of thing. Even post-surgery to help heal wounds.
You also do natural diets, including raw, and we're going to get into that a little bit because I have a couple questions about that, but I thought that was really interesting. And nutritional supplements, which I guess goes along with the dietary,
of course, and the herbs
regime,
and everything.
The herbs and stuff.
For sure,
and then natural cancer therapy.
Is a lot of cancer patients. I mean, in animals, unfortunately, cancer is not curable, regardless of what we do, whether we do chemotherapy, radiation, surgery, but we're able to provide a lot of pain relief, good quality of life, and some of the cancers we can keep sort of at bay for a while, which is really nice. We do a lot of prevention, so it would be nice if they came in a bit earlier and we could help prevent those diseases.
Exactly. Definitely check out Dr. Rehanni before it's too late. Yes. I wanted to ask you, you're a holistic vet, what is the difference between a traditional vet and a holistic vet?
Right. The thing with regular veterinary medicine is that the medications we use are mainly Band-Aid solutions. Same with human medicine, right? Yeah, and with the holistic approach, we look at the whole being. Right. So for example, I might have 3 animals with liver disease, but I won't treat them all the same.
Do traditional vets and holistic vets differ on the most?
Probably diet. Traditional medicine, I think there's less focus on diet. You know, we don't really inquire what they're feeding, including all sorts of treats and everything else. But I've seen animals do, leaps and bounds just with change of diet. Because once the body gets the fuel it needs, it can perform much better.
What do you both agree on?
Well, I think, prevention is important. I think both aspects do look at prevention. So Western medicine looks at prevention as vaccination, and I'm not against vaccination. I think it just has to be tailored and appropriate. So we do want to prevent disease as much as possible, and we can find out a lot of information by examination. So having your pet checked once a year is important, especially if it's over the age of sort of 8 or 9. Then we like to see the animal twice a year because animals do age faster than we do.
Thoughts about what the most important vaccination for puppies?
Right.
What are the ones that are completely necessary?
Yeah, so puppies still, like I said, I'm not against vaccination because I've seen dogs die. Yeah. And I do understand that vaccines are important. And if I had a puppy, I would vaccinate it. But the ones that are the most important are the core ones. So parvo, distemper, and adenovirus.
So with vaccinations, do they last longer? Do they differ how long they last on individual dogs? Is that where you do the titer?
They do. And there's, there used to be, the vaccines do work really well. And there used to be certain breeds that were called non-responders. And there still are some dogs that just don't respond. And so it's important to know if that dog's protected or not.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I was going to ask you about booster shots, but I guess that's where the titer.
Exactly. Titer.
Titer. I keep calling it titer. Titer comes in. Right. So that's where, for booster shots, it's just important to check and see if they are still immune before vaccinating every year, because they might not need it. So what is the main reason that people seek out a holistic vet and bring in their dogs?
At this time, people are starting to learn, right?
I think so.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know it exists still, and often what happens is they've been through the system. They've spent usually by the time they see me, thousands and thousands of dollars. They've been to the specialist. And the unfortunate thing about regular traditional medicine is if there's no diagnosis, there's no treatment. Like I said, they've spent a lot of money, they've been to the specialist, the animal's not any better, and they're at their wit's end.
And so what do you wish that people knew about holistic medicine for pets?
What do I wish they knew? Well, one, that it was available.
That is available. Yeah, that's a good start.
Yeah, that traditional medicine isn't the only path that they can choose for their animals, right? And just to be their advocate for their animal.
Yeah. Where should someone go to learn more about what you do? Or how to treat their pets in a holistic approach?
Right. Or there are courses available. I do teach courses on Udemy. I have about 4 courses right now. Some on first aid, using holistic and homeopathic measures, and others on just like the whole kit and caboodle, you know, the diet, prevention, all that kind of stuff. Certain herbs that they can use at home, what infections and things like that they could actually treat using home remedies.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on an all kibble diet?
Right. So kibble has been around for probably about 30 or 40 years, and I sort of equate a good kibble diet to eating at McDonald's every day. So you'll survive, but you won't thrive. And the reason is it's processed at high temperatures, and then the vitamins and stuff are sprayed on top after to give it flavor with a bit of fat. So, you know, dogs and cats will do okay on it, but it's really not what they're meant to process. Ideally, if the animal can handle it, raw is the best, but it has to be balanced, right? It needs to have bone in there. A lot of the red meat diets, even the ones that are produced commercially, are not balanced. And this is a big pet peeve of mine, because they don't put on the label that there is no bone, and people buy it thinking it's complete, feeding it to their animal, not realizing that it's not complete, and that's very dangerous. As long as it's balanced, so if you're feeding a red meat diet, be sure that the label says there's bone in it, and if not, you have to supplement. Do your research. Just because it's available in a pet food, you know, freezer doesn't mean it's balanced. So that's the best if your animal can handle it. If not, then home cooked. Home cooked with vegetables and again a mineral supplement. And then the third would be kibble that's grain-free.
Thank you so much for having me over and giving me so much, you know, just the tip, as I like to say, because we're just about the tip.